Jimmy has a funny story about baseball. He went to college and was playing baseball, and he got an argument with his coach.
Look at him dance. Bam! Fail!
I deserve that.
Not enough playing time or what?
No, Jimmy thought he was really good, and his coach said he wasn't. And that was the argument. All right, I got to tell you, we are back at Prosper. We are back at the Prosper Forum. And I got to tell you, it's day 2. I think it's day 2. I'm not exactly sure. But last night was absolutely crazy. We had fireworks. We had a band. Everyone was having a great time. It was a lot of networking. It was truly a hospitality extravaganza.
It's better than I imagined it.
We are here right now. Roland, welcome to the show. Roland Gonzalez is the CEO, right?
CEO.
Of Church's Chicken.
That's right.
Right? I got to tell you, it's a brand that has been around for how many years?
73 years.
The man makes a pretty strong bird.
It's 73 years old, and it started where? Where was the first Church's?
It was open in San Antonio, Texas.
The first Church's was in San Antonio, Texas. Roland becomes the CEO, and they now have how many stores?
Yeah, 73 years young. We have about 1,500 restaurants globally, 800 in the U.S.
800 stores in the U.S., and that's Church's Texas Chicken?
Church's Texas Chicken.
But not in Europe. In Europe and everywhere else, it's
Outside of the U.S., we're Texas Chicken.
just
for the
Texas
most part.
Chicken.
That's right.
Outside, so it's Church's in America,
Yeah.
and outside it's Church's Texas Chicken.
Sometimes the word church can be a little bit polarizing outside the U.S., you know?
Yeah, that's what you were telling me yesterday when we were talking, that people, the church is, it can be misconstrued in other parts of the world, huh?
That's right. But what Texas is really clear. So,
So Church's Chicken doesn't resonate outside. So when you say Church's Texas Chicken, then they're like, I get it. Yeah, everyone knows Texas.
what everybody does know is good fried chicken, and that we have. So
I mean, you were telling me that you were blown away that over the years that Church's has had different ownership, right?
yeah.
But you said the one thing that's always stayed consistent and drew you to your position was the food was always freaking amazing.
That's right. No
Right?
matter what, that's what makes, I think I have one of the hardest and easiest jobs in the world because our food, our core food is amazing, whether it's our biscuits, our chicken, whatever. No matter what's happening around, macro, that is still true. So that's a good thing to have.
And so what's the growth plans? You got 800 stores here. You got about 1,000 stores overseas. So are you growing overseas? Is it other countries, or is it America, or is it in tandem? You're just growing.
Yeah. Over the last couple of years, we've been focused on improving franchise profitability. We've been able to improve that 50% over the last 2 years.
How'd you do that? What is it? Is it lowering food costs? Is it new technology?
It's all of that. It was lowering food costs. We've been improving the operations, right? So better guest satisfaction. We went from 6% digital sales to now 16% digital sales.
Yeah.
So we've earned the right to grow. And so internationally, we've signed 1,000 plus restaurants,
Wait, you signed?
signed 1,000 new restaurants to open.
So of the 1,000, you're going to add another 1,000 stores?
We have 700 now.
700.
Yeah, and then we have at least another 1,000. And in the U.S. now it's time to get the wheel turning there. We've been a little bit quiet, but now it's time to tell our story and time to grow in the U.S. as well.
It's truly unbelievable, the growth trajectory. I think chicken's just hot, right?
It's really hot, and our chicken, like we've, ever since 73 years ago when Church first started it was a value play.
Right.
To be in the underserved communities, to get people that, that need to stretch a dollar. And right now, many brands are trying to be that, where that's in our DNA. And that's why our sales are up double digits. We're positive in traffic in this really tough environment.
Let me ask you this. What was your first job in hospitality? Everybody I speak to usually that sits next to me on the podcast they started in hospitality. Maybe they didn't always stay in hospitality, but they started. Did you start in hospitality? Was your first job like a dishwasher, a busboy, or a bartender or something?
I was always a baseball player. And during the summer, when you kind of had to get your funds for how you're going to survive in, college and the pros and all that, a lot of the times I would work in the back of the house food, like at the concession stands.
At the field.
At the field,
Okay.
concession stands, getting
Right.
that, prep and everything going in the summer, summer camps and all that kind of stuff. So back of the house stuff, doesn't usually get us much
frying
fun.
up the French fries, flipping the burgers,
The hot dogs, all that kind of stuff.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you were in hospitality. Were you a good baseball player? Did you play in college?
I led the country in stolen bases my senior year, actually, in Division I.
Wait, D1?
D1, yeah.
That's real baseball.
It's real baseball. And actually, coincidentally, so our largest company-owned restaurants are in Rio Grande Valley in the South Texas.
Yeah.
That's where my alma mater was, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Well, Texas is, one thing about Texas is they're good in sports. In baseball, it seems to always, like South is, I'm in New York, and it just seems like for whatever the reason, it seems like we're not putting out, and listen, I apologize if I'm offending anybody here, but it doesn't seem like New York is pumping out really great athletes like the South. Like Texas seems to be like everyone's coming at it right?
New York always buys the town.
Right,
Texas
but
is,
it just seems like all the good players seem to be always coming out of like the South. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather that you guys are, with baseball and football, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, you met Jimmy the other day,
Yeah.
and Jimmy has a funny story about baseball. He went to college and was playing baseball, and he got an argument with his coach.
Not enough playing time or what?
No, Jimmy thought he was really good, and his coach said he wasn't. And that was the argument, so he stopped playing baseball.
I got to catch up with Jimmy on that one.
Yeah, he's like, I thought I was really good. My coach said, you're not really good, and you shouldn't be playing baseball. So that was Jimmy's baseball story. So you started out, so you were working a lot in the back of the house when you were playing baseball. Let's go to a couple of questions just to get to know you a little better. How do you take a bagel? So you get a bagel. How does Roland Gonzalez take his bagel? Does he toast his bagel? What kind of bagel? How do you do that?
Well, at churches we don't have bagels, but we do have a biscuit. And,
Okay.
And that biscuit is a honey butter biscuit.
Oh, that sounds
is hand. Basically, you got to make the actual biscuit mix by hand.
Right.
Get the right amount of water, the right amount of temperature, and they're baked fresh each and every day. And then you have that honey butter, which, by the way, from a food cost perspective, is not the easiest, but
No, that's the little touch that makes it special.
that's what makes it special.
So you're saying that you don't eat bagels, you do biscuits.
I'm a biscuit guy. Yeah.
So no bagels.
No bagels for me.
So, is Church's chicken on a biscuit? The chicken sandwich?
No. So, but most of our anything that's sold out of our restaurant comes with a biscuit and many times a jalapeno. People like to squeeze the jalapeno on the chicken.
What do you mean you squeeze a jalapeno on the chicken?
Yeah, it's like a Church's tradition.
Really?
Yeah.
When are you getting to Church's in New York?
We got a lot of knocks on the door for that. It would be a new space for us. We're going to be in Philadelphia later this year, so we're going to expand there.
And when you sign a deal in Philly, is it like you get an operator who's obviously running a whole bunch of franchises, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got experience, know what he's doing. And then is it like you got to do like 5 restaurants in Philly?
This one in Philly, what we're doing is we're proving to folks that not only can we grow where we already are, but we can start getting into the white space. So we are ourselves opening up the restaurants, proving the business case out. And we're going to build 5 restaurants, and then we'll see which franchisee wants to get in on the game doing that, and then give the business case for others that want to come in. And
So what is your go-to Church's chicken order? When Roland goes into the store, what's your order?
So I go with I'm a white meat guy, so I'll take a wing, a breast. It's a 2-piece feast. So for $3.49, you can get 2 pieces of chicken, a jalapeno.
Wait, how much?
$3.49.
$3.49, you get what?
I told you it was a value. So $3.49, 2 pieces of chicken, a jalapeno, and a biscuit. Now the cool part is the average ticket on that item is like $8.50. So people come in, they see it's a good deal.
Right.
And then they'll get their side. So we got jalapeno poppers, we got mac and cheese,
Coleslaw?
we got coleslaw.
Right.
You're a coleslaw guy?
I love coleslaw.
Oh man,
I can put coleslaw. You like coleslaw?
Yeah, it's good.
I got to tell you, I feel like coleslaw could be is that a New York thing? I don't know where coleslaw's from.
Very underrated.
But I'm always throwing coleslaw. Like I'll do some turkey, some Swiss, some Russian coleslaw on rye. That's a delicious sandwich right there.
I can only imagine your family gatherings.
That's a delicious sandwich. Where I grew up, that was in Jersey, in Milburn, New Jersey. The Milburn Deli does a turkey joe.
Wow.
First of all, they butter the bread, salt and pepper, Russian coleslaw, Swiss turkey, sliced in 3.
Wow.
3 pieces of rye bread. Absolutely delicious. If you haven't had a Milburn Deli Joe, you don't know what you're missing.
Well, I'll tell you what. Whenever you're in Miami or Atlanta, I'll take you to Church's personally, and we'll go together.
It's a deal. And then when you come to New York, I'm going to get you, next time you come to New York, I'm going to make sure they get a turkey Joe for you.
I'm in.
Because I got to tell you, you would love it. The Hospitality Hangout is brought to you by DirecTV for Business, delivering more than just TV and music to restaurants, hotels, and hospitality brands nationwide. From game day excitement to creating the perfect vibe, DirecTV for Business helps operators power unforgettable guest experiences in bars, dining rooms, lobbies, and beyond. That's right, beyond. It's everything. It's not just about what's on the screen. It's about keeping guests engaged, staying longer, and coming back for more. Find out how DirecTV for Business can elevate your guest experience at directtv.com/forbusiness. That's directtv.com/forbusiness. And I got to tell you, DirecTV, it makes you money. That's right, it's making you money. So let me ask you this, just a couple of quick questions that are just really fun questions. If you're on a deserted island, right? You're flying on a plane to a conference, and the plane goes down. You're the only survivor. You don't know anyone on the flight. So, it's terrible, but you don't know anyone. And no family members, no friends. But now you find yourself on a deserted island. What are you eating? What's the meal you're going to take? You're going to say, if I'm stuck on this island, I'm going to eat what for the rest of your life?
Well, a steak for sure.
It's a steak.
It's a steak.
And is that like a New York strip, like a bone-in,
it's a
bone-out?
Ribeye.
Ribeye.
Bone-in ribeye.
Because that's a real steak eater steak, right?
Yeah. If a T-Rex would eat it, I eat it. That's my.
And I'm going to let you have a side with that. What's your side with that steak?
Ooh. I'm going to go with like lobster mac and cheese, maybe.
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, and I always like I had some mashed potatoes the other day, and I got to tell you, I'm a big mashed potato fan, I think.
Yeah.
And you can even do some lobster mashed potatoes.
Or you know what? Just some nice French fries. That'll do too.
I would say that if I went down on this flight and I was stuck on a deserted island, I got to tell you, I think for me, I need an ask, but I think pizza and or French fries. I could eat French fries pretty much any time, right? As long as they're hot and crispy. Everybody's just getting out. Listen, I got to tell you, Roland Gonzalez, Church's Chicken, you're killing it, you're crushing it. And if I want to go check out a Church's Chicken, what's the website?
Yeah, go to churcheschicken.com. You go there, you see where all the restaurants are. Like I said, we're going to be expanding soon, even more. So hopefully we'll come even closer to you, but that's not already.
Listen, if you want to eat, go to churcheschicken.com. If you want to learn more about franchising, go to churcheschicken.com. And I got to tell you, if you want to check out how good looking Roland is, check us out on YouTube at Hospitality Hangout. And I got to tell you, I am not the good looking guy.
I'm grotesque.
Roland's a good looking guy. You're gonna see him. So hey, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate you. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks a lot. This was fun.